Ah, there we go. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. Welcome, 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 welcome. And here I am. Ah, there we go. Let's hold that up a bit. I don't need the headphones on right now, do I? Okay, I can take them off. My hair's going crazy. Anyway, like I say, please make sure that you have watched the BAND-MAID top 10 or top 25, the whole thing, before you watch this. If you haven't, you should be doing that right now. Do it right now. And, you know, press like and stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's kind of a nice chilled out way to, if you like, show how far we've got so far on this journey. In a way, I say it's the end of the journey, but I'm sure there will be more. There'll be more BAND-MAID, and there'll be more adventures to follow, and this list will undoubtedly get updated in the future. I'll leave it a while, like with the Baby Metal one. It's been like nearly 2 years since we did the Baby Metal one, so and I still haven't got around to updating that yet. So yeah, as a result, it will be a while before we update this list. Maybe give it another album or two before we do. But that is currently the top 25 and today's top 10. Let's have a little look at what everyone's saying. Nagayan is playing along with Bubbles' game that Bubbles believes that he is number one. Bubbles, the person, unfortunately, is a plural. You're plural. Bubble, the song, is a singular. There's only one Bubble. Apparently there's multiple of you. Anyway, it is time to play an important game before we get started, and while people are filtering in, before too many people think we're crazy, it's time to play that important new game. So, today we got a choice of... Oh, look at that, Asahi. It's that Asahi from last week. It's the Sakura coloured one, even though it's still snowing here, so no Sakura can grow, for the official 2020 Tokyo Olympics. How ironic. It's a beautiful can. Is it its day to be drunk? Or is it time for option number 2? That's right, the classic Sapporo Black Label. Shall I drink the Sapporo? Why am I making you people do this? I love you. Please just choose my beer. That's my favourite beer in the world, but you've seen me drink it way too many times. It's probably not interesting anymore to you. Neither is this feature, but I don't care. Pick a beer for me. Pick my beer. Pick my beer. Alright? Okay. Alright, so Retek, who it came up just before the announcement of number one on my screen, so I guess because of the time lag you got that just in time. You guessed it was either going to be Bubble or something else. I think maybe Glory. I can't remember which one the other one actually suggested. But anyway, yeah, Retek managed to nail it just at the number one, so well done for you. Bubs is going Sapporo for the win. Retek, those 2020 Olympics were something. Yes, they were. Quietest Olympics I've ever seen. Particularly funny that when they rescheduled it to 2021, they're still calling it the 2020 Olympics, which I love that. That's like, that's kind of like someone who's had like numerous arguments with their girlfriend. It's clearly over, but they still keep on calling them the girlfriend. It's like, yeah, no. I really hope it happens. So, Airline's going for... Oh, Puzzle, that's it, Retek. So, Nagayan's going Asahi. Airline's going Asahi. Bubbles is down. It's 2 against 1. Who are we going to go for? And once we've chosen, I'll let a few more people choose. And once we've chosen, then we can actually talk about something meaningful. Again, Asahi before it expires. I'm not sure what the expiry date was on this. It's not that it happens that quickly. I never check the expiry dates on beer. Not like beer would ever last that long in my home. Be gone in the flash of an eye. Well, the Asahi will apparently last until... Wow. Last till September of this year. And oh, this will last till January of next year. So yeah, You could say the Asahi needs to be drunk quicker. So without any further suggestions, we're going for the Asahi. Where's the glass? Come here, glass. Probably should have washed this after the last beer. Oh well. No, I automatically picked up the Sapporo. That is product power winning. Okay, here we go. You know, it's the colder beer. That is the perfect answer. This was actually the colder beer because I kind of guessed you guys would pick this, so I put it in the fridge. They've got a Line campaign going on at the moment as well. Anyone who's got Line app, follow Asahi. I'm pretty sure that this is just a rebranded can of the same old Asahi Super Dry, but let's give it a chance. So, there. Oh, not too foamy, just right. This glass is absolutely covered in... Yeah, I had a beer last night, and that glass has kind of been there, and I washed it out with water. It didn't really do the trick. I do look like a complete slob. So, let's have a look here. Bubs is saying alcohol has an expiration date. How weird. Yeah, I never know that. Retic, but you're from the UK, so... The only reason the UK's got that reputation for warm beer is that's more in relation to ale. I mean, ale you should have at room temperature. Like you're having like a bitter. A bitter you should have at room temperature. Lager, we have our lager cold. Yeah, I think most people in the UK would agree that lager we do cold, but it's just because we have real beer. Anyway, how many dislikes am I going to get? I lost 2 viewers the minute I said that. Interesting. So mine, 2020 Olympic Games in 2021, only for local people because pandemic, sad but understandable. I don't think it's going to be only for local people. Oh, would you mean to attend? I thought you meant it was just going to be like Japan will do all the events against themselves. To be honest, I think the best thing for them to do and what they'll probably do is have no fans in there at all and just have it as a televised event. At least then it's good for the economy. And again, I had a Sapporo beer surprise in a green can. Beer in a green can? Oh, they do have so many different varieties, there might be one in a green can. Martin says, that's interesting, I've got to think what that is. Martin says, you do know they're dug up mead from ancient Egyptian tombs and it's still drinkable. You know what? I'll drink. I'll see a beer, I'll probably just drink it. Right, let's go on for that. Yes. Bubs, Guinness is also meant for room temperature drinking. That's a stout. Yeah, I mean, when Guinness did the Guinness Extra Cold, I think that confused most people like myself and Bubbles who do like our Guinness because we were like, why Guinness cold? Why would you do that? But I must admit, I had the Guinness Extra Cold. Wasn't that bad. Pretty good. Pretty decent. Little variant. People have beer cold to hide the true flavour. Oh, please. I think you added hops to it. I think they added hops to it. I see. Anyway, I'm going to jump into a little bit more topical discussion, guys, while we're on it. So, I'm really intrigued to know, like I say, if you have got a top 10 list, I mean, feel free to discuss it here, but if anyone wants to leave a top 10 in the comments on the video, that'd be really great, because I'm going to go through and collate them. If quite a few people do it, I'm going to collate lots of the ones I've picked up, but I'm really interested to see what people have said in our following. But yeah, I'm happy with that list. I'm happy. I think it's a good list. I'm not exceedingly late this time. Go Mies. Did you see the top 10? Did you see the top 10? Alright, let's see if Samantha's got time to go and watch the top 10 first of all before she comes back. That's right, now I can change your name every time I refer to you, but I can't change your pronoun. That wouldn't make sense. So Samantha's still a he because you're a he, but I'm going to call you Samantha just because... Well, no, I'm going to change it. Now you're Annabelle. And now you're Martin. Just like that. Right, done. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, I'm quite surprised at how many people agree with how many of them. Like I say, Don't You Tell Me was my de facto number one for ages, and then like Choose Me just kind of went above it, but it was just kind of from. Yeah, like Page and Bubble. I mean, the first time I heard Page, I was almost like, I really like this, but I was unsure whether I would put it that high because I needed to justify to myself, is this just a song I like because I am fairly even-handed with the genres I like. So this is a really good like pop song at heart, and I was like, does that kind of miss the whole point of what a band-made top 25 list should be? But then I eventually went back and I said, well, look, no, it's good music. And I mean, if the entire fan base hated it, then I would have a thought about that. But I think it's kind of got a 50-50 reaction from a lot of fans. I don't think anyone hates it, but I don't think a lot of people love it, but some do. And I thought it's not enough of an issue with the core fan base to really overlook the fact that it is just a rip-roaringly catchy song. I would say that if you were just trying to get a generic friend who's got probably generic taste in music to like a band-made song more than to like the band, then Page would be the immediate go-to, because Page is just, I think, if you took a just generally everyone in the public and said pick a best song, I think Page would probably come out number one, because it's just generally got that sort of pop appeal as well as quality. So that for me had to go very high. Choose Me though was, like I say, that perfect balance of being both radio friendly, both appealing I think to a wider audience, whilst also being more quintessentially Band-Maid. And then Bubble just came to me as being like like for the reasons I said, I couldn't help but feel it was like a perfectly executed song. In so many ways, for me, it had so much of what they had. It didn't lose its energy. It was full of energy. It was full of power. Just go, go, go. So it was brilliant. So CFH, no. I hope you watched it now before I just said that, because I just spoiled it otherwise. Oh crap. But oh man, I must admit that it's really a pleasure to have people like I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say who CFH is, but it's a pleasure to have people who are actually like, real hardcore fans who are part of this whole community, who really, I think it is true. There's not a lot of bands who you could do something like this, who you could be this honest about your opinions with, even if you justify them without a lot more problems. A lot more sort of backlash. So I just think it's really wonderful how we've been able to do this. Like that 10-hour live stream with you guys, we went for every single song, just a huge community feeling. It's just been so great sharing all this with you guys. So I think it's just been a really, really intriguing experience, definitely. Martin said, surprise Frill didn't score higher, to be honest. Do you know what? I had to justify to myself a lot keeping Frill off of this list, because I know how important Frill has been to both the band's history and to a lot of people's taste. But for me, the reason why Frill didn't make it, and it's not that it's a good song, it's a really good song, but the reason it didn't make it into the top 25 is, to me, its impact was, I'm going to use the Star Wars example again. And mainly because it's contentious and everyone's going to hate me for doing it. The reason why Star Wars, in my opinion, was really popular when it came out in the late 70s, is because no one had ever seen anything like that before. It was the fact that it turned so many pages for people. It was like a wow, it became a huge event. And I think that has overshadowed the real quality of Star Wars, which is a mediocre film. And so for me, when I listen to Frill, I kind of get a similar feeling to that. It's a great song, I can enjoy it, but to me, I think that its sentimental value elevates it in a lot of people's lists, where to a degree where I think I would say that a lot of people probably rate it higher than the music actually deserves. I think if you took most general fans, they would kind of get into the rhythm, but I don't think it has the standout quality that some of the songs on this list do. So yeah, it would probably be in my top half, probably be in my top 50, but not top 25. No, I couldn't put it up there. Couldn't put it that high, to be fair. That's my list. Bubs, I wasn't joking. I literally only saw what was number one because I caught it by chance. I'll look after this later. I don't think Bubbles knows half of these songs, in all fairness. But cool, I hope he enjoys it anyway. And for anyone who doesn't know much about Band-Maid, hopefully this will help get you into it. You've caught up. Bubble is definitely the best B-side. Well, it also is a single, isn't it? You can say my name. It's called SJ Nix from Facebook. Okay, there's it. SJ Nix, also known as Barry. Pubs, I am no B-style G. He's taking it personally. And so Reddick, oh, there's a lot of comments coming in. So I bet cat up chart. Reddick saying "Choose Me" is one of my top 20 songs that just missed out on the top 25. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people probably thought that was going to be my number one because it is a song that I rave about a lot, and I do love that song. But I noticed that if I listen to that song back to back to back, it can start to be one where it gets a little bit repetitive, as any song will do if you listen to it back to back to back. But it's weird, just with Bubble, I don't get that effect. Unlike talking to Bubbles, which is a hell ride. He's going to kill me. Russell just had to go back and listen to Page again. Not a great sign. Wouldn't argue with many of the others. Glad Miku Lead's songs got their deserved top 10 places. Yeah, again, I think that my preference towards the Miku songs sometimes is seen as being a bias towards poppy songs, but you can't denigrate songs that have a pop appeal if they manage to maintain the rock quality. And that's one of the reasons why Rockin' Me was above Time, in my opinion, is that Time was a great song, but it lacked a lot of the intricacy that is very Band-Maid. I think Sayonaki Dori could be argued to have gone too far the other way. It's gone to such a playful degree that it kind of sounded a little bit more unhinged. Rockin' Me was the perfect balance between the two. It mixed the playful and the impactful. It managed to get the quality across and be catchy. It didn't forsake either. So yeah, absolutely. But Miku's songs tend to be really, really strong. I do like them. And yeah, like Big Dad was actually fairly high up as well. It wasn't top 25, but it's fairly high up on the list, which I'll publish that sooner or later. I'll give it a little bit of time. Like I said, I like to space out my Band-Maid videos so it doesn't look like I'm just sort of, churning for views. So look here. Cry Havoc, hey, how you doing, man? So many songs float into and out of top list, but Puzzle always seems in my top 5 and Daydreaming always in my top 10. Yeah, like I say, I'm fully willing to acknowledge that this list could change in my own mind, which is why I took so much time being kind of analytical about it. I hope people don't think I was being cold about it. I did try to really view this from a sort of emotional perspective, as emotion being a quality. Like I say, the feeling that a song gives you is a big thing, but I had to be analytical to pick them apart, because obviously there's different styles involved in different things as well. So I think this list would be very hard for me to change. I would struggle to change any of the positions on this list, except for with the whim of an occasional mood. It would probably go back to this on average. Bubs is saying, Howard does sci-fi reference and I have to white knuckle it. Sorry, man. For real, important song, not necessarily a top quality song, says Retic. Yeah, kind of where I'm coming from with that as well. Like I said, I tried to remove as well circumstance. So who wrote the song, took that out of it as well, which is why a few non-Band-Maid written songs got into the top 10, a couple actually. Things like, whether the band has necessarily shown favour to a song. I've tried to take those things out. I'm looking at it more from a perspective of what the fan base likes, what I like, what I think the general audience likes. Trying to look at those things. Because when you're looking at a top list of songs are entertainment. And of course, I care about what the band thinks of their songs, but that's not relevant to this conversation. So yeah, absolutely. I think if someone was asking the importance of Band-Maid songs, then Thrill would probably be number one. That's a very different list. Harry's saying, my top 5, number 1, Rockin' Me, can't argue with that. Number 2, Thrill, interesting. Number 3, Freedom. Number 4, Choose Me. Surprised you put Freedom above Choose Me, but interesting. 5, Domination. Yeah, I love that song. I got a bit of personal bias towards Domination. I just love that song and I love the video that goes with it. So SJ is saying, I used your real name. Horatio is saying, okay, gotta toss a hot take. A song being important doesn't automatically make it a top 10 song. Thrill was a massive conduit, but it is pretty average across the catalogue. Yeah, I think actually interesting subsequently in the lag it took me to get onto your comment. I think we kind of agree with what you said there. So again, really good to see everyone coming on across on a bit of a consensus on those kind of things. Martin is saying, true. Thrill is a great showcase, like a candy shop window, before you go into a store and discover so many sweet things. Yeah, it kind of is. I think that's interesting. I think what's interesting about it, though, is even more so, I just see it as, if you imagine a slope of their, obviously not entirely, I mean, like I put Key in the top 10, I put BOK in the top 25 as well. If you imagine, though, their sort of gradual growth as a band, would be an obvious jump, and then you get like jumps like dice and things like that. But that still leaves it towards the bottom of the curve, you know. So yeah, I think that's interesting. Again, interesting takes. Really loving seeing what you guys are saying about this. Bubs, I'm an effing ray of sunshine to talk to you, Howard, you giant waffle monster. Waffle monster, I like that. That's awesome. Hey everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos today. Wow, Bubs is pulling the company line. Yes, actually that is true, by the way. Hate to do it. I'll say it quickly. We're not monetized. Please press like, because on these videos especially we get large audience retentions because you guys are watching with me talking for a fair while, which means the likes are worth more, and likes are a currency to us in the YouTube algorithm where we're not making money from adverts. Likes are actually a form of currency, and that they get us across to more people by making us more popular. So please do press like if you are anything but hating this. Suddenly all the likes go down. So, Jonathan, howdy Maniacs. Nice word. I meant to say howdy. That's what I read. Howdy Maniacs. Poll. Howdy Maniacs. Poll. That's okay. You can leave the poll to the pigeon. But imitating a pigeon is totally respectable as well. Poll. From Reddit. So, Bubs is saying, I like that, Maniacs. I will now rewrite the 80s classic tune to match. She's... Oh, God. Your sense of humor is beautiful. Harry, thank you for dropping the Discord link once again. You know, sorry, keep on doing the lines, but for those of you who've been here all the time, you probably hear me say this all the time, but it is important to say, remember, there's a big community on the online stuff, so if you want to keep on talking about music outside of these videos, Discord especially, great place to be. We have a really good active Discord, so get in there. I would love to see more people join the discussion, because the people we have in there already are fantastic. Some of the stuff you guys post, you know, it really makes me think. You know, I was saying about this on one of the banter cast we were doing. There's so many people who, again, I don't want to sound like I'm jibing at them, because I'm sure some of them are good. I'm sure I haven't seen them all. But you get a lot of things like videos like musician reacts, songwriter reacts, producer reacts. I don't ever like to say for myself, you know, well, technically speaking, I am all three of those things. But you know, I don't ever like to say that in the title, because I think it's kind of a redundant term. I mean, I think anyone who watches the channel probably knows that I have a professional experience with music, which is great, all well and good, but I don't think it's particularly relevant, because, you know, music reviewing is just about talking about trying to explain what you think about a song and what you think other people will think about a song, and taste is a very different thing. Experience can give you an ability to articulate those things, but taste is a very, very different thing. So yeah, as a result, I try to keep that sort of particular tone on the stuff we do here, and hopefully therefore it comes across not too nauseating. That's my goal. So Jonathan, yeah, that'd be cool. I confess I can't take credit for the moniker. Yeah, I was about to say that one has been around for a while. I don't know who first came up with that, but it's a great one. So SJ's coming in with number 1 is Daydreaming. I remember you told me that before. Number 2, Warning. Yeah, I love Warning. For me, it doesn't hold the energy all the way to the end, but it is a brilliant song. Number 3, I Know You Love the Non-Fiction Days. I've grown to like that more and more and more, but I still can't top 25 there. I just can't. I Can't Live Without You. Good choice, actually. That's a really interesting one. I think they got a decent score as well. 5 is Bubble. 6 is About Us. I like how you went above the normal sort of rounded 5 to 6 just to make sure About Us was mentioned. Yeah, no, that's a good list. That's a strong list as well. I mean, again, anyone's list is anyone's list. Like I say, that's the whole point. Everyone's opinions are valid. But especially someone like I can't say SJ. Someone like Giovanni, who has been so involved in the community. It's a really cool thing. All right, let's have a little look at some of the things that are coming up here. Best ideas are stolen. True. Harry, GMIV reacts. Grizzled music industry veteran reacts. That would be kind of awesome. I like to think that I don't look as grizzled as perhaps the name implies, but I probably do by now. Wait till the beard starts going grey. It's got a little bits of grey in there, but it's not full on grey yet. Sven, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Remember to check out that top 10 before you get into any of the comments, just so we don't spoil it. Havoc is saying, for the latest songs about MV, Black Hole and Giovanni are high on my list. We'll see how they stay there. Maybe they're not mainstream, so no MVs. It's the sort of thing where both of those songs, if they got an MV, it would be kind of in a similar vein to Rene, in that I think they would get a MV just from being, obvious, not sort of songs that I think would get popular radio play or get millions of views on YouTube, but more songs that really appeal to the fans. So, like with Rena, I think if it was a music video, it'd be more a low-budget love letter to the fans once again. So, it's entirely possible that the band might actually get the green light to do videos for them, just on that basis, rather than it being a sort of company-pushed effort. So, let's have a look. There's a lot of things coming in here. Rev saying there's one called Fat Man Reacts. How is that a selling point? It certainly sticks in your memory. So I guess it's good marketing, even if it doesn't really tell you anything. I mean, so you think, I wonder how this would sound with more cellulite. It's quite possible that as you lose weight, you lose your hearing a bit. I don't know. There might be scientific backing behind that, but I don't think it really comes across. It's just Fat Man Reacts, just one of those things that sticks in your brain when you hear it. So, Lucius says, Maniacs is a very decisive term in the fandom. Strong opinions. Oh, I think you did mean divisive. Strong opinions on both sides. We've had arguments about it on FB. Oh, you said divisive afterwards. Why is it divisive? Is it because it sounds a little bit too, Maniac, it sounds a little bit too crazed? Maybe. Bubs is saying, band-maid are maids by day, rockers by night, and on the weekend, welders. They dream of their big break. Where did you get that from? See movies rewritten, and we kept the all-important welding plotline. I don't know what movie that is. Some people are going to go mad now because it's probably a really popular movie that I should know. Juan is saying, hi. Hey, Juan. You've done an incredible job, Howard. Fantastic. Thank you. Much appreciated. I really think that there will not be two maniacs who think alike and none who agree with you. I think that's true. When you've got I think I counted 106 songs that we covered. When you got that many songs, I totally agree. It would be almost like freakish if someone agreed with you, even on the top 10. It'd be an incredible coincidence. But it's nice when you see certain similarities, and even the differences are quite interesting. But your work has a method, and it has been a lot of fun. I'll share my 5 favorites, not the top 5, I guess. I'm looking forward to that. You haven't popped that comment in yet, so I'm looking forward to that one coming in. So, but big thank you, one. I mean, like I say, I hope to keep this up to date. I hope to keep these things going. I don't want to be one of those people who overuses the platform by constantly just doing any old band-maid video I can think of to get views. But certainly, if I've got something to say, I'll always add it, and I really appreciate that you guys appreciate that. It's time for the... I'll read a couple more comments then I will. Rick, my pleasant surprises with your top 25. Arcadia Girl, YYY, Matador, Key before yesterday. Yeah, I think they were amongst 5 songs that I think a lot of people would probably have argued against, but just to me felt like they belonged there. So I'm really glad to hear you acknowledging those and agreeing. I assume agreeing. Jonathan, I winnowed down my list to 28 out of 25 from the recent marathon. So far, they're all in first place. No way I can come up with a top 5. That's fine. If you want to drop tell you what, can you bring yourself to produce a top 10 list where it's not a list, just an equal top 10? That's your challenge. Can you do it, Jonathan? Can you give me just a top 10, a top 10 bracket? That I would be very interested to see. That's going to really test you, isn't it? So here's your list. Domination. I'm all for that. Number 2, YOLO. That is a great song, actually. That was very close to the top 25 as well. 3, Secret Micro Lips. Yeah, I get that a lot of people like that. That wasn't very high for me, but I do get why people like that. 4, Manners. Again, another one that I wouldn't put very high, but I know a lot of people liked it. I actually was listening to that again today, and I was like, is it growing on me a little bit again? But it's not really bursting through for me. And No God, that's one I put quite high as well. So I'm really interesting. Recency bias, I know. Yeah, no. That's fine. Actually, I find your list very interesting because there is a lot of variety in there. Domination, YOLO, No God, Manners, Secret Microlips. That's quite a varied list. So that is an interesting one. I'm actually kind of tempted to go back and listen to those 5 now, just in retrospect, just to kind of get a feel for what you're getting at there, but certainly I can see a sort of vibe to it. Certainly they're all quite high impact songs, actually. That's one of the interesting. They're all songs that really do hit you quite hard. Bubs is saying it's Flashdance, the movie that the song Manic is attached to. I don't think I've ever seen Flashdance. And Bubbles is angry. Showing your age there, Bubs. Oh. Bubs is saying in Flashdance she was a welder by day, a dancer by night, with a dream of being a producer. You know, normal stuff. Oh, pro dancer. Use a hyphen. So, Harry is saying, I'm in the cringe camp for Maniacs. I get why some fans like it, but it comes off a bit try hard. Yeah, that's actually, I get that. Masters and Princesses is wordy, and how can you top the name the band has blessed us with? Yeah, I think it's kind of nice when a group can give themselves a sort of group term, because in a way it's nice to sort of identify yourself as fans to the band as well. I can see what you mean. Maniacs does. I think if you were using that within your group, it's fine. But if, like, you know, if you're saying to someone else, "Hey, I'm a Maniac," it kind of, yeah, actually, it sounds a bit almost pervy, doesn't it? Anyway, but yeah, I think contextually, if I was just talking within amongst fans, it would be fine. But I agree, that's probably the only context that would not sound creepy. Otherwise, it's fun if everyone knows the game. Retic, my top 5. Number 1, Blooming. Number 2, Why. I love that song. I do love that song. I get a feeling that song's going to grow on me and I'm going to regret not putting it higher. 3, Puzzle. I need to go back and check that. A lot of people have been saying Puzzle. It didn't score up as high for me, but still. 4, Moratorium. I get that everyone likes that. 5, Warning. Again, I adore... If Warning was just dragged down to its first minute, it would probably be a top 5 song. It's like I said, I don't think it carries it all the way to the end. I don't think it carries it to the finish line. It's still top 25, but just the start is so good that I don't think it can quite hold on. 6, Bubble. Oops, had to include your number 1 as my number 6. Nonetheless, I appreciate it. Thank you. Bubs, 4 Bleach. You mean IQ? In fairness, the numbers are both ours. Oh dear. Rick, number 1, Blooming, because I'm an 80s child. HS College. I don't know what HS College is. Nonetheless, I need to get dive into this. If you mean grew up in the 80s, you're older than me. If you mean born in the 80s, you and I both. Jonathan Lane, to best of my knowledge, Maniac was invented by a member of one of the FB fan groups between 2018 and early 2019. Not negative. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, you probably know what we're saying, but I don't think anyone's implying that it is intended negatively. It's just that if it was used outside, if it was used to an unknowing person outside of the context of the fan group, it would sound a little bit weird. I'm a Maniac. It's like a mixture of Maniac and then throwing in maids. It does, you know, if you don't know what the person's talking about, that could come across wrong. But I must admit, I think within the context of the fan group, I kind of like it. I think it's a fun word. I think it's kind of fun. If you're just talking to other fans, I think it's cool. But I get the point. I get both sides, actually. I can see why that splits a lot of people, but I don't think it's divisive. I think it's contextual. Airline says, I guess why we love them so much is that they're such a wide range and number of songs. No one will have the same top 10. Again, that's one of the... If you've got a band who've got a very sort of monocentric style, then it's very easy to... Well, maybe it's hard to come up with top 10 because all the songs are the same. But it's easier to... I mean, for example, Oasis, a band who you guys know I really dislike because all their songs are the same, which is why it's really easy for me to say what my favourite Oasis song is, because it's basically just they're all the same, so just the one that works best. So, you know, it's... I don't like Oasis. Jonathan is going to take the challenge. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be an exciting one to see. So Airline's just following up. It just shows the quality. Yeah, absolutely agreed. Ritik, high school. Gotcha. High school, college. Oh, you were in high school, college during the 80s. Get it. You're older than me. More experienced than me. So your taste probably has a... Oh, yeah, because the Bubble's got the Queen reference in it as well. I mean, the funny thing is, I didn't notice that when I first did the reaction on the old channel. And then because obviously I watched Bohemian Rhapsody when it came out. The barely anything is true film, but it makes a good movie. However... Yeah, when someone mentioned to me that it was like a Queen tribute, I went back and watched it. I was like, yeah, I kind of get that. It's a really weird song to pick. The song is not very Queen-centric at all, but, I got that. I was like, yeah, this reminds me a lot of Bohemian Rhapsody, and well, no, just their music videos as a general. So that was really fun. It's a shame that they didn't add a "I Want to Break Free" type scene where they were singing whilst maybe hoovering the carpet. But I guess that would have played too much into the Maid moniker and maybe come out wrong. Bubs is saying, "Wow, there seems to be a lot of top 10 band-made tune suggestions. I feel it's really I don't know why I said tune like that. Taking away from the fan appreciation of movie flash dance during this convo, dude." It's like, I love how Bubbles is like he's having his own separate conversation in amongst this. So top 10 band-made Flashdance, nice. Sven, the Unity fans are called Onitan because she is my sister couldn't be this cute member. That's interesting. You see, Oni, if it was like only one eye, that would have very different meaning. Jonathan, Last Maniac is meant to be inside a thing, so I go with your opinion. Yeah. Like I said, I think to me it seems fairly clear cut as a contextual thing on like a fan page. I think it's quite fun. So yeah, I get that. Bubs, let's not bring up anime, manga, otaku. Lol, I'll get dark. You will. don't make him. So a comment from Mario. I think warning benefits greatly from the video. Once you've seen it a bunch, you associate sections of the video with the audio. Psyche stepping on the gas when the car's exploding is just powerful. Yeah, I mean, I stand by what I said. I watched the video and I remember really liking the video first time, but feeling like something was just a bit off. Like framing's good, content's good, coloring's good, energy's good, and it was just the cutting. I think the way it's cut, just something about it doesn't quite resonate with me. It doesn't flow as well as the song. So I do think it helps, but actually, I don't know. That's a hard one. It's a very hard one to know. I think I'll have to go back and watch it with the video a few more times. I haven't watched the video that many times subsequently because, like I say, something just felt like it wasn't quite cut in a way that worked with the rhythm of the song. But it's a hard one. I mean, like I said, that's such a nuanced and specific issue that I'm claiming to have there that I would really have to analyse my own opinion to come up with that. But I must admit, most of the time I listen to Warning without the video. Even if I'm just listening to it on its own and I have the choice. Sven, smiley face, starts playing Wonderwall. Not that one. Reg, Band-Maid doing Band-Maid. Positive thing. Oasis doing Oasis, not so bad. Yes, because Oasis doing Oasis is Oasis doing a bad cover of the Rolling Stones crossed with the Beatles. It's like, I like your chords, but I don't have your creativity, or talent, or voice, or personality, or anything. It's a horrible sound. It's a horrible sound. Rev, number one. By the way, I'll point out, I will fully acknowledge that Oasis songs do have a catchiness to them. For me, it's like looking at a nice painting through steamed glass. In the nice catchiness basically has no value because it's muddied under their appallingly unimaginative and horrible sound, and then mixed with just the fact that that other bands, they basically nicked other people's songs and done them worse. So it's like, why am I here? Sorry, if there's an Oasis fan here, I'm sorry. I'm just, again, opinions. Rev, number one, Don't Let Me Down. Yeah, it's a great song. I don't say... It's the fact that I think I could listen to it a lot just on its sheer catchiness, but I don't think it quite... Some of the other songs give me just a little bit more. Like I say, Choose Me is just as catchy as Don't Let Me Down. However, it has more of an emotional punch at the same time. So that's a difficult one. But yeah, I'm all for that. 2, Don't You Tell Me. Again, the Don't songs are great. I'm all for that as well. 3, Warning. Great choice. 4, Dice. Great choice. 5, Alone. Yeah, that's a good one, actually. Alone's a really good choice. Again, that's one of those ones that scored very highly, but it was in that sort of Band-Maid doing Band-Maid camp that was so great that it kind of meant that it was very hard for it to stand out. But yeah, Alone is a great song. I'd agree about Warning not lasting if it wasn't for the slower section that comes back with a bang literally in the MV. Yeah, but the problem is that when it comes back to the bang, it comes back to a chorus that is not that great. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not like, whoa. So as a result, considering the competition, considering how high the bar is set with BAND-MAID themselves, it becomes more difficult for me. I mean, if I was just viewing that song on its own with no context of the band, I'd be like, yeah, awesome. I mean, that's in my top 25 anyway. But if I view it against their other songs, I have to accept they have songs that come in with a much heavier bang. I mean, just look at Bubble for an example. That comes in with like 10 times the bang. So I do agree with you in concept, and I totally agree that it does belong on anyone's list. It's just that is my justification for why, why I can't quite put it there. But interesting, this is really interesting seeing people and their comments. And I'm really glad that a lot of people love that song, because that is an awesome, it's a very simple song, Warning, as well, which I like it when people approve the simple songs, because it just kind of shows that there's not really a snobbery in the BAND-MAID fandom. People like it when they do complex stuff, but people also like it when they do something simple, and that's nice. I like that. So Rev also adds, best Flashdance tribute was in Elvira, Mistress of... I don't know what that is, and I've never seen Flashdance, so I'm not getting involved in that. Bubbles is going to comment, I'm sure. One, you could probably make a list of their best songs in live performances, only if you get bored. I am doing a video about... because I think a lot of people think, because I generally don't do reviews of live recordings, I think a lot of people think that I'm very anti-live recording. I'm really not, and I am actually doing a video about why live versions of songs are such a special, such an important thing, why they're so great. But why, in context of the fact that you guys know I don't really do many of them on this channel. Also, again, I don't want to sound like I'm slagging people off, but I hate those channels who's like, I've reviewed the song, now I'm going to review it live. Haha, twice as many views. I'm not big into that. So, if I felt I had something relevant to add, I would. But if I'm only going to listen to it once, I'm better off listening to a studio version where I can hear everything clearly, and I can comment on the production and mix as well as everything else. But yes, I am going to do a video about live versions, and I will be talking a lot about BAND-MAID in that, because BAND-MAID, I think I mentioned this last time, the video is going to be focusing partly on the difference between seeing a band live, seeing them live online as per the COVID situation, and live DVDs. And of course, BAND-MAID's the only band that I've managed to hit the trifecta for and done all three of them. So yes, there you go. So that's me rounding that up. So Bubs saying, I missed that. I only know Elvira. I don't know what you guys are talking about, so I'm going to leave you to it. Harry. The official Baby Metal fan name is hard to say. You are a member of The One. Hello. The One? I'm one of the one. Oh yeah, that is a bit difficult. Oh wow, I just realised there's so many comments I didn't see. I'm well behind, I need to catch up. Yeah, I always found The One a little bit hard to take in as a fan group name. Kitsune's is a bit easier because it makes more sense, although it's probably harder to pronounce for most people. But The One is a bit, because it has a singular plural confusion there. The One, plural. 4 bleats. So Michael Sembello, one hit wonder, but it's a good try. Flashdance again. I'm going to skip the Flashdance comments because I've never seen the film. I only saw the film. Okay, more Flashdance. Russell, the best band MVs are the ones that less money has been spent on. Seeing them on Cars and Explosion feels overly priced, and breath showing means it was cold and they deserve warmth and coats. I don't know. If you're rocking out, you prefer a colder environment to a warmer environment, I assure you, because when you're rocking out, it doesn't matter how cold it is, you get the energy. I've done concerts in places that weren't even hot. They were like what you'd consider room temperature, and at the end you're like, someone please turn this down. But if you're rocking out somewhere that's cold, I assure you it's weird. You don't feel that cold. You really don't. So don't worry, I'm sure they're fine. As for your comment about more money being spent, I think that really depends on how it's being spent. I liked the spectacle of Warning. I just don't, like I said, something about and even the framing. It's just the little specifics of how it was cut just sapped some of the energy from it for me. Then again, you're looking at some of my my favourite videos, Afterlife. I absolutely adore that video, and that must have cost nothing. We have a room and 3 unpaid actors, or well, I think it's 5, wasn't it? Something like that. But I also like videos like Domination, although I guess Domination didn't cost that much. It was mostly like the graphics that were the funky bits. Blooming's got a great video, but I guess they don't have that many expensive videos now, come to think of it. Oh well. Maybe that actually confirms your point. Bubs is talking about Flashdance. I'm not going there. Rev says, sorry, Rev Alone is to me the song that sounds most like a band-made song. Yes, I can see that. That's like I say, from that little well of a certain group of songs that have that core sound. Wow, the wind is loud. From that certain, well, I can imagine anyone coming up with a very different answer because they all basically, there's a certain group of songs for BAND-MAID, a certain group of singles, I would probably say, that are really trying to achieve a very similar thing and do it all very good in slightly different ways. So that's where I think the real difference in lists could come up with, you know, stuff like Alone, Glory, Bubble, Blooming, Domination, those sorts of songs, Dice. You know, I could see those ones being the ones where there's a real difference in what people like, and some people might just put all of those songs for the top because they just love that core sound more than anything else, which is totally valid again. It's why the lists are going to be so different and so interesting. So Martin says should be a top 5 BAND-MAID MB list, maybe split between ones set in a spooky mansion and ones in a sandy beach. Extinct volcano. You're right, it's like non-fiction days. Hello. And then what was the first single? Oh, shit. Endless Story. It's like, wait a second, are these in the same place? Yeah, it's like the thing that they used for the Scandal video for Saisho Hei Kimi, where everyone, the minute that came on, everyone was like, wait a second, we've seen this set before. In other videos and stuff. So yeah, I think most people know my list though. I guess I shouldn't spoiler it, but I mean, I think most people know that I'd probably be, if I was picking a top video, I'd be picking between Blooming, Afterlife, and Domination. They'd probably be between those three. Interestingly, 2 of those are not directed by the director who directs the majority of their videos. That was not on purpose. I found that out totally by coincidence the other day when we were having a discussion about this on Discord. If you're not on my Discord, get on my Discord. So now look and see what people are saying. More Flashdance talk. I'm just going to let that you guys carry on. Redsec, BAND-MAID live trifecta. So jealous. Hoping for US tour when possible. Yeah, I just want to say, I'll point, look, before I go any further, I just point out I've been really lucky. Not that I wouldn't do it myself, but obviously I've been getting to know the band over the last 2 years. And unfortunately, CMC doesn't appear to be here tonight. But CMC was like majorly responsible. He's the one who got the DVD sent to me. He's the one who helped me book the tickets. He sorted that all out. You know, he's the one who let me know when these things were happening. A big thank you as well to Harrow, who's the one who, he just gave me all the CDs. Like, here's all the CDs, dive in. He helped me sort out going to see them live at the Budokan, which of course didn't happen, but when it happens, we'll see it. So yeah, I do hope that all you guys will get to see him soon as well. I just want to say, I don't want to totally take responsibility. It's been a lot of it has been down to the fact that you guys have led me through this list so brilliantly. So a big thank you to you guys for the fact that I've been lucky enough to hit that trifecta. Bubs is saying, does this mean fans of the Pump are called Pump? I'll see myself out, you fucking shit. Fun fact, Domination was shot in an IKEA after hours. You might well be right. I'm interested that you've clearly seen that video because that was not a pull out of your butt comment. Still, I think that video is brilliant. I love the way they do the graphics. It's really fun. It's it plays in sort of a nice cheesy way. It just kind of works perfectly in such a simple way. That sort of pseudo Russian Soviet art going on there. Let's have a look and see what it's saying. And no one ever listens to The Pump. It'll kill you, especially that USA song. Jonathan, we did a review of that. Oh man, we did a review of that for the radio show, didn't we, Bubs? Nearly killed him. Top 11 out of 10, not ranked alphabetical. Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to do it right now. How can you have top 11 out of 10? I'll see when I read it, so I can see it's down there. Sven, can someone stop The Pump producing music? I hope so. But what else will your torture... Yeah, I mean, they're being paid a lot by Guantanamo to keep those songs coming. Jonathan is... Oh, he said, let me try that again, so I'll wait. I'll skip over that and go down. Right, top N+1 out of N should be a standard BAND-MAID meme now. Okay, so I see what everyone's been doing, adding one song, but I don't know why that's a meme. So guys, let me know if I'm being dumb and missing something, which I probably am. Sven, oh, my screen's frozen. That's kind of... Oh, no, it's come back. That was weird. Sven saying, with the songs of Johnny Groups. Oh, yeah, Johnny's Entertainment. Yeah. I remember, I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Every time you walk past... I'd go to the Oats Cry concert every year on my birthday. Because she has the same birthday as me, and she does a birthday concert every year. And it's always held in Hibiya Park in Tokyo. And not Oscar Isaacs, by the way, Bubbles. And so I would walk down the side of the park, a little bit of a fun sort of pilgrimage, walk from up in sort of Ueno, walk down through Tokyo, Tokyo, part of Tokyo, through there, Akihabara as well, obviously. Stop off and get some food along the way, and then make my way to Hibiya Park. Screen stopped again, so I think it's just OBS being weird. And on the route, you would pass by the Johnny's Entertainment building just before you get to Hibiya Park, and whatever time of day you go past there, there's always a bunch of, I'd like to say girls, but it's usually middle-aged women outside, like, it's like, are you just waiting for someone to come out? You waiting for someone to come out? I don't know. But still, I'm sure they know exactly where the boys are at all times. Jonathan says, Afterlife, great choice. Alone, great choice. Blooming, Bubble, great choices. Choose Me, Daydreaming, yeah. Dice, Can't Live Without You, yeah, as well. Harriet mentioned that as well. And I agree with both of you. Onset, Page, Puzzle, Non-Fiction Days. I can't agree with all of them. Like I say, okay, everything seems to be breaking. I'm wondering what's going on. If suddenly everything cuts out, apologies. I think it's the computer's just having a bit of an overheat. Let's turn off the AC. It's a bit hot in here. I can't disagree with any of those. Like I say, Non-Fiction Days, I do like it. And live, it sounded really great. Just, it doesn't quite manage to cut through to me as having the wow factor to be one of those songs. I like it a lot more now than when I first heard it. But it's not like legendary top flight Band-Maid for me. It's kind of like, I'd probably get into my top half now, but not my top 25. But yeah, I agree with most of those actually, which again, great when people do that. And I'm glad that your top 10 was so nicely formed, considering how hard that must have been. Top 10 plus 1. Yeah. How many did you do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Is that 12? Am I counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Yeah. I thought the joke was 10 plus 1, Jonathan. Not 10 plus 2. You're getting the meme wrong. Unless you've done 10 plus 1 plus 1. That's some kind of ultra meta double joke. Full-falling it. Reg, just there's always one more song we have to include in any list. So hard to choose, Yeah, I get that. We've just been beaten out by John, who's gone for 2. Bubs, I feel attacked by the Oscar Isaacs comment. I feel attacked by your Oscar Isaacs comments. Johnny's group as sponsored by the lost youth of their fans then. Bubs, so mean. Mine, what is the dog's number 1? Is it Puddle? Well, I asked him, and he replied, woof. Woof. And then woof. Not entirely sure which song that is. I think I've reviewed them all, but I might have missed one. So, oh no, that's Hard Wash, isn't it? Anyway. So Jeremy says it's that typhoon going on outside there, or you need new windows. No, it's crazy. It gets much stronger than that sometimes. Sometimes it would be like to the windows shaking, but yeah, I mean this window, there's no reason why it should get a particularly strong blast. And if you go to any other point in the building, it gets very loud as well. But just the wind here, it's because we're down on the bottom of the mountain. You've got a lot of the air kind of coming down. We get some really weird sort of air flows. As a result, you get some people do gliding around here because I think it's seen as a bit of a challenging area. But yeah, so I can't control the weather. Sorry. But you're right. So, Sven, do you know the story that the founder of Johnny's, who's dead now, yeah, he sexually harassed them right even... Oh, God. I'd heard some bad things. I chose not to read much further. It was as a group. It's a company I have no particular interest in. I really hope that's not true, but it sounds from what most people said that it is true, and Oh, if that's true, then I just, it's heartbreaking. A conversation for a different time, probably, but yeah, really heartbreaking. I hate to hear about anyone being taken advantage of, especially aspiring artists. I mean, I've said this before. A lot of people think, oh, you see pop idols, it's they're just trying to get rich and famous off of just singing a little song, not much talent, blah blah blah. But no one deserves to be taken advantage of. No one. So yeah, I had a girlfriend who was Korean, who was an actress. And one of the reasons why she left Korea is because every time she tried to do anything, people tried to take advantage of her. So, yeah, it happens. Not that it should happen, but I think we're all becoming increasingly more aware nowadays of the fact that sort of thing happens in the world, and hopefully that will lead to it happening less. Yeah, so sad, but I believe what you're saying there, I believe is true. Rev. The wind sounds like someone driving a toy remote control car in your apartment. I can believe that. Yeah, the way it sort of revs up and revs up. Yeah, I get that. Jonathan, I need to drink after the trauma of leaving the other 13 or so behind. And the trauma's not over. You've got to knock another one down. Although you did just say, okay, top 12 out of 10. All right, fair enough. You're going to fight back like that. Edwards has dropped the lol. Thank you. Bubs, that loud wind noise is actually from the space left by the lack of flash dance info. Man, you're filling that gap up pretty well. I had no idea that this was going to be so much about flash dance today. Okay? We didn't come here for flash dance. Actually, we came here for general chat, so I'm not going to complain about you. You talk about flash dance, it's fine. So yeah, I'm loving that you guys are dropping in your comments as well. Like I say, it's been like a little bit since I last did this. So I'm just going to jump in again and say, hey guys, if you don't mind pressing like, it's much appreciated, because on this video and on the top 10 video, because I really need it. We're not monetized. Blah blah blah. You know how it works. Hate to bore you with this, but it's just it's really important. Anything that helps our stats is greatly appreciated. So even if you didn't agree, which like we discussed is kind of the expected thing. Just really appreciate you guys doing that. I can see we've got 19 likes on here, which is absolutely superb. Thank you so much. So, yeah, if you can do that, it just helps a lot. I've lost 2 viewers during that 15 seconds of asking you to do that. I feel bad. Oh, 1 came back. So yeah, I got the latest copy of the old freebie Music Times, which has the beautiful Ica on the front. She's absolutely wonderful. If you're into sort of kind of light, chill music with a little bit of a sort of fun, jazzy vibe to it, she's a real go-to person. Very, very famous here, but I don't think she's got quite as much international recognition. I think she did a few anime theme tunes. That's about the most of her international recognition, but I would certainly say give her a listen if not. I was wondering, I've got so many of these that I've collected over the years now. I'm going to throw them out eventually, but I was wondering maybe before I do, I should just do a video where I go through them and we just find some funny stuff from different issues, and I might just do that for you guys. Just pop it up there as a little bit of a thing before, because I don't really need to have all of them, so I throw them away. I was going to use them in the live streams every week, but they're just kind of where they come out every month, and they're just there wasn't enough interesting stuff in each one of them to make it even worth it. So yeah, let's have a little look and see if we can get a little bit of information on what's going on with the top 10. Have there been any comments on the top 10? We're going to find out now. I'm going to YouTube Studio, check it out. So far in the first 1 hour and 21 minutes, it's got 124 views. Thank you very much to everyone. I'm just reading out live stats. And we lost a subscriber. Some people were clearly just standing around waiting for this to come out, and they're like, good, I've seen it. He's mad. Unsubscribe. It's gone up to 125 views. Someone else viewed it recently. Okay, so a lot of comments coming in there. Let's see, is there any angry comments yet? No, that's good. No. Great, some people are putting in their lists. Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, I love that people are leaving their own lists. That's just great. That's exactly what I like. Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, so really great to see that people are dropping comments in there as well. Okay, so we're coming up to an hour, which means it's about time. I'm going to wrap this one up. Let's read through some of the comments. Now, as always, before we do this, Harry just dropped the Discord link. This conversation doesn't end with this video. It'll continue over on Discord. It's just I'm going to stop the live chat and move over to there where we can all just sort of relax and everyone can talk, and it's less me doing the talking to you guys. So do pop over into the Discord. I'm about to wrap this one up, and that is where we will go for the continuation of this fantastic conversation with you guys. Let's read some of the comments before we go there. Oh, I always get the gas talking with the beer every week. I'm not going to stop. Bubs, then you have to rate each song out of 7 stars just to give full mental. That's Bubs, you're just making it worse. Martin, about time they made a movie about an amazing dancer who aspires to be a welder. Oh god, I didn't know that was a Flashdance comment. Sven, new Ikemonogakure album in 10 days. Yes, I'm looking forward to checking it out. I was watching a TV at that hotel I was in the other day, and they had a lot of Ikemonogakure stuff on there at the time, so that's a cool one. Bubs, that's what I was saying. Okay, we're talking about Flashdance. No. Now that so Jonathan's saying now I savaged my top 28, I can probably get it down to a top 11 and put them in order. Yeah, see, now you've given it 12, and you cut it down to 11. We're all going to be looking to see which song you sacrifice. Which one do you sacrifice as not being good enough? That's horrible. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But I will be watching. Bubs, how about that magazine you just showed? I straight up thought it was a clothing catalogue. Yeah, I think the music magazines they do look like clothing catalogues, especially like pop stars. If you want to see something really hilarious, you can see the other side, which is the latest boy band. Bless them. What's with that? I never get. One thing that never changes with Japanese boy bands is the hairstyles. They're always crazy. They're 17. Is that an insinuation that they're all 17 years old? The minute they turn 18 and become legal, they get fired. You're out. You're of legal age. Get out of my sight. Actually, talking of Ikemonogakure, unsurprisingly, I guess they are in here. Pages are very thin because it's a freebie magazine. Yeah, so, yeah, it's true. Ikemonogakure's a new album coming out. Check this. Check this, innit? Alright, guys. Thank you again for the Reddit link, Harry. Thank you for all the links. I'm sorry that CMC wasn't here. I hope he's okay. Certainly it'd be great to get his opinions on everything we said. I'm sure he's going to roast me over a fire for this. That's not the age, or it's the IQ of the boy band. Combined IQ is what you mean. Oh, God. Jonathan, by the way, I'm sure no one would mind if you outroed with the toilet paper roll. Alright, so here we go. We're going to wrap this one all up. And yeah, at Jonathan's request, we're going to outro with the toilet roll. And from Sven, he's saying, Bango Han time. Bye bye. Bango Han. Bye bye time. Do you like any ex-Bride Misa's solo tracks? Very chilled. I haven't heard any. That might be a good one for me to check out. I'm still kind of new to Brider as a general, and I'm still working out which members of the new trying to work out the timeline. So I am a bit of a newbie still, but that is one that I will definitely, maybe drop some links either on the Reddit suggestions or Discord suggestions. I have a lot to get round to doing, but that would be one I'd be very interested to check out, certainly, especially with the new Brider song and everything that we heard the other day. Bubs is saying thanks for everyone joining in. I hope you will have a Flashdance free day. John Matinee. All right, see you guys all across on Discord. I am going to say goodbye with the toilet roll from our 10-hour BAND-MAID every track listen through at the request of Jonathan. Here is except this time we're wait a second. I gotta add to this. Except this time. Alright, let's put a bit of text on that. Oh wow, it always comes in too big. I don't know how to affect that. Except this time it's chow chow for now. Guys, I don't know why I love this so much. It never gets boring. What? The person who uploaded this as free stock footage, you missed a trick. This is the most valuable footage in history. My God, the person who sat down and programmed the path, programmed all of the things for this 3D model to do to produce the greatest graphic in history. Oh, guys, anyway, there we go. So, thank you so much. You all have a lovely day. I look forward to seeing you all on the Discord. Until then, for now, ciao. Ciao.